Audio 9.1. 1.
He's got dark hair and a bit of stubble on his chin. He looks quite middle-aged and he's got a bit of a double chin. He's quite well built, possibly a bit overweight. Oh, and he's going bald, but he's got kind eyes.
2.
I'd say he's in good shape. He's probably in his late 20s. He's got quite a square jaw and a big nose, but it looks good. He's got a bit of a beard and a mustache. His hair is shoulder length and dark brown.
3.
I think she's quite slim. She's got short blonde hair with a bit of a fringe. Her hair might be dyed, actually. I'd say she was in her late 30s or early 40s.
Audio 9.2. 1.
The descriptions were more positive.
2.
The descriptions were much more positive.
3.
The descriptions were far more positive.
4.
The descriptions were a bit more positive.
5.
Their descriptions weren't as positive as their friends.
Audio 9.3. 1.
I love this painting because it's so detailed, and it really tells a story. The colors are quite soft, mainly white, brown, and a kind of bluey green. It's a landscape, and it must be either an old painting or a painting of a historical scene. In the bottom left-hand corner, there are some men with dogs. I think they might be going out to hunt. No, they can't be going out to hunt, because I can see they've caught something. Just to their left, there's a group of women doing something with a big fire. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. They could be cooking something. It all looks very cold. There's lots of snow on the ground and on the mountains in the distance. The river must be frozen over because people are skating on it in the valley towards the right-hand side of the picture.
2.
I think this painting is really beautiful. It's a portrait of a woman. She's wearing an old-fashioned long dress in a lovely bright shade of red with a purple scarf round it. There's the same red on her lips and on the side of the book she's got in front of her. She's drinking from a blue glass bowl. I have no idea why. It's really mysterious. It might be a picture of an old story or something. The woman is in the foreground of the picture, but the background is also really detailed. Behind her, there's a curved window. No, actually, it can't be a window. I think it must be a mirror. It's reflecting the sea and two old-fashioned sailing ships. I'd love to know what this picture is actually about.
Audio 9.4. 1.
In the top right-hand corner, there are some sharp, snowy mountain peaks.
2.
In the foreground, there are 4 or 5 tall black trees with no leaves.
3.
On the left, there are some houses.
4.
In the bottom right-hand corner, someone is walking over a snowy bridge.
5.
The people in the background look very small.
Audio 9.5. Speaker 1. 1.
The river must be frozen over because they're skating on it in the valley.
2,
It can't be summer. It looks too cold.
3,
The hunters must be coming back from the hunt, because one has something on his back.
4,
The painting could be a few hundred years old, I suppose.
Speaker 2, 5,
It might be a picture of an old story or something.
6,
It can't be a modern painting. It looks too old-fashioned.
7,
It must be a mirror. I can see the reflection of her face.
Speaker 3, 8,
The abstract painting must be very modern. I don't think it was painted a long time ago.
9,
It could be older than you think. People started painting abstracts more than 100 years ago.
10,
It can't be a painting of a mandrill. I can't see a mandrill in the painting at all.
Audio 9.6. 1,
The search for the missing climbers went on all night,
2,
but in the end they had to give up.
3,
John took up birdwatching in his teens, and he's never got tired of it.
4,
Dan takes after his father in looks, but his mother in character.
5,
I'm really looking forward to the concert tomorrow. I haven't seen any live music for years.
6,
Jill and I get on really well, even though we only see each other every 5 years.
7,
Why don't you come round later and we'll watch a DVD?
8,
We had to put off the meeting because the projector broke down.
Audio 9.7. Conversation 1.
Look, I'm sorry to have to say this, but I need to talk to you about something.
Oh, what's that? What's wrong?
Well, I'm afraid there's a problem with noise.
Noise?
Yes, there are a lot of us in this office trying to work, and, well, it's a bit noisy at times.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It is noisy sometimes, isn't it?
No, what I mean is, you're a bit noisy at times, on the phone.
Well, I did have one long call today. Sorry about that.
To be honest, the problem's been going on for a while now. You keep making personal calls in our shared workspace.
Conversation 2.
Dan, can I have a word?
Hi, Andy. Yeah, sure. What's up?
Well, sorry to bother you, but...
Is everything okay?
Well, actually, no, not really. Look, it's a bit awkward, but I'm afraid there's something I'm not happy about.
Oh, what's that?
It's the office kitchen. Well, you don't ever seem to wash up your stuff. You just leave your coffee cups for someone else to do, and you leave food out on the counter.
Oh.
Look, Dan, to be honest, we're all getting a bit fed up with it.
Audio 9.8.
Conversation 1 continued. Do you think you could take your personal calls outside the office?
Yes, of course. I'll make sure I get up and go out in future so people can't hear me.
Well, actually, would you mind taking the calls in your own time rather than when we're working? Maybe in your lunchtime? Sometimes you're too busy on the phone when one of us needs to speak to you.
Yes, of course I can do that. And listen, I'd really like to apologize for being so annoying. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Conversation 2 continued.
Oh, Andy, I'm sorry about that. I just didn't think.
It's okay. It's just that it's a bit annoying at times, especially when everyone else manages to do it. Look, I know it might not seem such a big deal, but it would really help if you could just clear up your stuff. You know, wash your mugs, put things away in the fridge.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. I'll make sure I do that next time. I mean, every time.
Audio 9.9. 1.
I'm sorry to have to say this, but I need to talk to you about something.
2.
Look, it's a bit awkward, but I'm afraid there's something I'm not happy about.
3.
I'd like to apologise for being so annoying.
4.
It would really help if you could just clear up your stuff.
5.
Would you mind taking the calls in your own time?
Audio 9.10. 1.
Her hair isn't straight at all.
2.
He has been trying to grow a beard for a month.
3.
She runs marathons every weekend.
4.
He doesn't like beards or moustaches.
5.
He has lots of hair.
9.11.
I think I'm more like my father than my mother. He's the kind of person who always looks forward to the future, and so am I. My mother always thinks about what might go wrong. Recently, my father took up cycling and wanted to teach her how to ride, but she kept making excuses and putting it off. In the end, he gave up trying to persuade her.
Audio 9.12.
Sorry to bother you, but I've got a bit of a problem with this tablet.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
I only bought it a few weeks ago, but it keeps turning itself off.
Do you have the receipt?
No, I don't actually.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you then.
Do you think you could get the manager? He might remember selling it to me.